was born in 1999, so when the show premiered in 99, I obviously was a baby. So when I grew up and I heard about The Sopranos, I finally went back and rewatched the entire show. It is one of the greatest shows ever made. It's acclaimed. It's an amazing show. You should watch Sopranos. For me, Breaking Bad is my personal favorite. I would choose Breaking Bad over Sopranos, but we have a prequel to Sopranos, and I am very intrigued. The Many Saints of Newark stars Michael Gandolfini, Vera Farmiga, Ray Liotta, and John Bernthal, and is about a look at the formative years of New Jersey gangster Tony Soprano. Now listen, I am a sucker for gangster movies, and when they announced making a prequel to The Sopranos, I was very intrigued. Now, of course, we don't have James Gandolfini anymore, which is just sad. He was an amazing actor, especially for The Sopranos show. With his son playing young Tony Soprano in this movie, I was very happy for that. I was really happy to see that. But for people who are not fans of Sopranos or have seen The Sopranos, I think this movie is going to be a big bore fest for you guys, and probably just a very cliche, just okay gangster movie. But of course, with our positives, I think the performances by everyone in this movie is just pitch perfect. You probably have every actor you've seen in a gangster movie in this movie, and they're all really good. I mean, there is not a single performance I'm like, you're not right for this movie. No, everyone, perfect Italian talk, how they moved, how they talked. John Bernthal playing Tony Soprano's dad, that is perfect casting. I mean, every performance was very just pleasing to watch because it just felt right. The story on the matter of hand, it's very fine. Now, again, as a Sopranos fan, you notice characters, you're like, there's Pussy, there's the mom, there's the sister to Tony's, there's Tony's sister, there's his little sister, and then we get to see baby Christopher. Again, I don't want to get into too much spoilers who all we see, but I mean, as a Sopranos fan, you notice things probably more than general audiences, because like I said, the movie is fine, the story is okay. I could totally people saying this is a boring movie and super not interesting because it's set in the 1960s, 70s when he gets more into the older teenager ages. But again, as a person that's seen the show, I was into the characters, I was into the universe. But again, I could see people saying this is a complete bore fest of a gangster movie. But taking away all the Sopranos thing, I honestly would say it's really good acting, but the story and the characters are really hard to connect sometimes. Sometimes the story doesn't really connect these characters into a way where you kind of like, oh, so that da-da-da-da. Like, there's a moment at the very end of this movie, I'm like, oh shit, that means that for the show, and people aren't like, that person did that, okay? That's like the biggest con of this movie. This movie could have been a really good 10-part episode on HBO Max. I will admit, I think this could have been a better mini-series than an actual movie, a 2-hour movie. I think more episodes, getting more of this only 2-hour runtime, it could have been probably way better. But like I said, as a fan, I was enjoying character scenes, the acting, the most part of the movie is shot really well, the dialogue is Chris Soprano supreme, so I was all in for it. The movie's fine. I would not recommend to go see it in theaters though. It's an okay movie, but if you're a fan of Sopranos, I definitely would say go watch it. I'm going to give The Many Saints of New York a C+. My best comparison to this movie would be El Camino, the sequel movie to Breaking Bad, which was a sequel to the show, so it's more like you'd have no idea what's going to happen. With this being a prequel to The Sopranos, you can obviously predict certain things, but again, this movie doesn't focus totally on Tony Soprano, where we see other characters, so that was pretty fun, I would say, but again, I would want to see more of Tony Soprano in a movie that's advertising who made Tony Soprano. Yeah, this movie more about other things than just Sopranos. Anyway, guys, enjoy this movie review, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.